My father, he had a lot of mental problems when he was born, and that basically gave me the foundation for my genes. In the 7th grade, I had attempted to commit suicide. After that, my father rented me a room in a motel. Well, he left me there for about 6 months. You know, it's not every day you get thrown out by the people that are supposed to love you. Such a young age. I guess I kind of feel betrayed through life.
I guess it just runs in the family. I know my grandma had it. She would walk the streets, and my dad would have to retrieve her, wash her, and clean her. Eventually, she died. No one thought my aunt had the same illness until she went homeless. Most people just watch and laugh, or just not do anything.
Have you ever lost something? Imagine losing your job, your car, maybe your spouse. Imagine if you lost your family, your home. Now imagine, if you can, having your perception skewed, distorted, so that eventually you lose the only thing you have left, yourself. For the 1 in 4 homeless men and women suffering from severe mental illness, it's not hard to imagine.
I was working with a young Mexican girl. She had a brain tumor. She wasn't able to breathe properly on her own. Her muscles were affected pretty greatly. She was actually a resident, but her parents were not. And so they were undocumented. Mom had been present and very helpful, but she was also working really, really long hours. And she would come in after having worked all night and basically fall asleep in the intensive care unit. The two options become a ward of the state, lose the family connection, or go back to Mexico. Mom decided she couldn't give her up. She wouldn't sign her over to the state. And so they actually did end up going back to Mexico. And I found a wheelchair for her, but then she disappeared. I don't know how it worked out, but my assumption is that it wasn't the way they wanted it to work out.
I am from Russia.
Colombia.
Brazil.
Thailand.
I saved money to come to America. I saved for food.
For bus fare.
For 2 months' rent.
For money to send home to my family.
For insurance.
I saved for 8 months.
For 2 years. For 2 years.
For 3 years.
4 years. 4 years.
Prepared.
I saved.
More than
I
enough.
did all I could.
I got a job. I studied the language. And
Somehow I'm still homeless.
I'm living in a homeless shelter, and and I never ever thought I would end up here. Over the years I had developed back problems. I couldn't stand to sit in a chair for more than 15 minutes, and my job involved sitting in a chair almost all day other than getting up to make a Xerox. I had physical therapy and pool therapy for a year. It wouldn't get better. Finally, I was able to take a leave of absence, and we all knew I wasn't going to come back. At any rate, last spring the money was running out. I just didn't know what to do, and so I went to the homeless shelter, and I was terrified. I just never thought a hardworking girl with 2 college degrees would end up in a homeless shelter in Chapel Hill.